This is Jam Nation.
With Jonesy and Amanda.
Well, our next guest has been making us laugh for decades on our televisions and on the big screen. He rose to fame with a movie that took Australia by storm. We're talking about Nick Giannopoulos. He's back. He's no longer out of work. He has a job. And there's a prequel. This one's called Wog Boys Forever. Joining us now, Nick Giannopoulos. Hello.
Yasu.
Good morning, Yassas. How are you?
Great.
Beautiful pronunciation of my name, Amanda. Spot on.
Oh, excellent. I might have said knack by mistake.
But if you say prequel, it's not a prequel. It's definitely a sequel.
A sequel. Okay, so this comes after.
Yeah, it
okay,
comes
great.
after.
This is 10 years after we saw the boys smashing plates, doing Uzo shots and dancing the Zorba in Mykonos.
Oh,
Yes.
Because I thought you may have gone into a time machine and Benjamin Buttons yourself.
Oh, I wish. But unfortunately, I couldn't play that part. I'd have to recast.
Do you know, I went to Mykonos on the strength of that movie because I thought that looks like a hoot. And I got to tell you, I had the best time in Mykonos. I will say this, though. Someone died the night I was there on the beach.
Oh, yeah, that happens quite a bit. What, during sex?
No, that was just, I was, like, we're all partying on, and then a friend of mine comes up and he says, there's a guy on the beach and he's dead. And I went, oh, what, that drunk? And he goes, no, he just died just then.
Yeah, the Greeks would have said, don't worry, we bury him tomorrow. Let's party.
There was a laissez-faire attitude to it, I must admit.
You got to, mate, you know what? The funniest thing about Mykonos, all these Aussies go there and the Mykonos shop owners go, hey, you know the Nick Giannopoulos? And they go, yes, of course, yes, the Wog Boy. He goes, yes, my cousin, for you, 10% off.
Love it. So what happens
they
then?
Get 10% off, they get 10% more.
No, they get more. They get
Of course
extra.
they do. That's how they earn their living. So what happens in this storyline this time around?
Well, since we last saw the boys, things have changed dramatically for Steve. He's lost a bit of his mojo. He's lost the girl from Mykonos. He's driving a cab. And he hasn't spoken to Vince Colosimo's character, Frank, for about 8 years.
Oh.
Yes. So the Wog Boy is in a midlife crisis and desperately, trying to find who he once used to be and very much still single and very lonely. But, of course, being a Wog Boy film, Wog goes around, comes around, and you can teach an old Wog new tricks.
Yeah.
Your work is always very funny, but you actually did something very important. You made a film where it was okay for people of other cultures to call themselves Wogs. We didn't have cultural diversity on our TVs or our movies in those days.
No, we certainly didn't, Amanda. Look, I called my first show Wogs Out of Work because I was literally a Wog out of work. I was an actor out of the VCA who couldn't find work. They kept telling me they couldn't cast me anything before 1950 because there were no Greeks in Australia before 1950. And, back in the mid-'80s, all we had was the man from Snowy River and Neighbours. Could you imagine me on Neighbours?
I think you do okay.
Wog Boy on Ramsay Street.
Well, the only time they put anyone of a foreigner on there was the Chinese family, and then they accused them of eating a dog.
Mate, Ramsay Street was the only street in Australia without a Wog family on it. Let's be honest. It really was. And but more importantly, that stage show led on to Acropolis Now, which became you're right, Amanda, became the first show on Australian TV with a non-Anglo-Saxon main cast.
Well, unfortunately for you, thanks to Gogglebox, everyone knows what Malacca means now, so you do have to be careful.
Well, no, it's helped me. The opening, I don't want to give the film away, but the very first opening visual is the word Malacca, and I won't tell you where. Look, people getting to know Greek words has actually helped my comedy.
Right, yeah, that's true. Well, look at it, Tom Cruise. If he can do it, if he can come back as Maverick, you certainly can come back as the Wog Boy.
Well, we're the same age, mate, so fingers crossed, because... and I don't know if I'm going to make a fourth one because by then it'll be Wogs in the old age care home,
That'll still work. That'll work.
Well, Nick, it's always great to talk to you. Wog Boys Forever. It's in cinemas October 6th. Nick Giannopoulos, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys. And let me say this. Great to see an Aussie film back on Australian screens.
Too right.